My next guest entered the restaurant business almost by accident. As an oil and gas executive, Mack McDonald was just looking for a cool place to take clients, and it turned into McDonald Hospitality Group. That includes the Rouxpour restaurants and event venue at the Briscoe Manor. And now get ready for their fine dining concept. From just a nice night out to a business lunch to a bridal shower, you cover it all. Mack and executive chef Carlos Andrade are here with more details on Mack Allen Steakhouse. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, let's see how this all started. First of all, you are from a part of the country that knows good food.
Yes, ma'am. I thought I was born in Baton Rouge, but actually I wasn't. I was born in Houston. But we moved there early on. My father and I went in the oil and gas. My father was in the oil and gas business, so we took a chance, and he grew up over there, and we grew up over there. And
what are your earliest memories of how food was really centered into the culture there?
Because basically in Baton Rouge there was nothing to do back then. All we had was LSU, and you either went to the game, which we couldn't afford, or you could be in the parking lot and tailgate, or you could cook at home. So everybody would invite several people over to their home, and everybody would cook whatever they thought was really good that could be shared.
All right, like Dad, you went into the oil and gas industry, and as we know, there's lots of wining and dining and business deals made in that
Yes,
industry, and so you were looking for a perfect place to take your clients.
Yes, ma'am. And by accident, quite frankly, I pulled on a door of a small place that was closed for whatever reason, and I couldn't figure it out because they had wine and food and still sitting in there through the window. Mm-hmm. So to make a long story short, I called the number, and next thing you know, we opened.
You opened, next thing you know, the Rouxpour, then you opened 3 more, so you had 4 Rouxpours, and of course Briscoe Manor, which is the luxury wedding and event venue, because we know there's a venue happening in Houston every 5 seconds, right? So everyone needs a great place for that. All right, Mack Allen's Fine Dining. Why decide to up the ante and go into the fine dining space?
Well, we got the opportunity. The Five Pop is when the new owners bought the building,
right there,
remodeled
the River
it.
Oaks area, Post Oak River Oaks
Yes,
area.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And they redid the building, and they were looking for a 5-star amenity for the 27 floors of executives. Mm-hmm. And they reached out to us, and we sat down, and we worked the plan out, and eventually we ended up taking the entire bottom floor of the building.
And what you did with this is that you combined people's specific needs with the fine dining. So you have, for example, your main dining room, which people can just go and enjoy, whether a couple of friends or even by yourself if you want to. But then you have the boardroom. Tell us what the boardroom is.
Well, the boardroom is a very small. It looks exactly like an executive boardroom when you go in. It seats only 14 people. It's fairly exclusive. And it was engineered by German engineering, and it looks like that in the beginning. But if you made your deal, you can press a button, the walls open up, fireplace comes out, bars open.
Oh, wow. AV abilities as well?
Yeah, you can do it all.
Oh, wow. Okay. The champagne room.
Yes, ma'am. The inspiration for that was the Women's League.
The Junior League.
Junior League, yes, ma'am. They're part of the POA, and so I was asking them, what is an amenity you guys would like? Yeah. And they said, we'd like something that's more geared towards us, more champagne and tea related and things like that. So we
bridal showers, baby showers, all that type of thing that can happen. And then the estate room can host gatherings of about 60 to 70. So that's great for rehearsal dinners or company parties, the whole bit. All right, Chef Carlos, I can smell this food. This smells so good. That's where fresh starts, right? When you have fresh food, it's great food. You fell in love with cooking as a child.
Yes, the first memory, or not first, but just the memory that I have is with my mother. She making me make the masa dough for the tamales. Mm-hmm. So that kind of piqued my interest. I went to culinary school, and it goes from there.
Yeah. All right, and here you are now. You've worked in several other fine dining restaurants,
yes,
and so it's interesting. We were talking earlier how this is one of the top jobs that kids say they want today, to be a chef. We've had a renaissance in this country when it comes to food, good food, fresh food. So there's a lot more to it than just, hey, I'm going to get in there and cook my favorite foods, right? You're managing a kitchen. You're coming up with a menu. What went into coming up with this menu?
Well, we wanted to do steak.
Why wasn't I called for the tastings?
We wanted to obviously get the best product. Mm-hmm. Steak, seafood, we have sushi. Really just hitting A lot of notes, salt, sweet, acid, and then incorporating a lot of different cultures, different techniques.
Especially in Houston, right?
Yes,
All right,
exactly.
I want to go back to this tomahawk right here. On the bone, it literally has your name on it. That is pretty cool right there. Take a look at that right there if we can get that again. But yeah, so there you go. You literally have Mack Allen's right there on that bone. All right, so you can get yourself a tomahawk. Let's go through these dishes here. Obviously the tomahawk is like amazing.
So yeah, that's our prime tomahawk. A cool feature that we're gonna have is any companies, if they want to put their logo on there, we can do that for them.
Oh, that's cool.
Sushi, we have your nigiris, we'll have sashimi, a spicy tuna, we have the torched salmon, and then truffle kampachi. We have a scallop with saffron, prosciutto, cucumber pearls.
Wow.
And then our campechana, and then our tomato crab salad with lavender vinaigrette.
Wow, because you get your surf and your turf here.
And don't forget the creme brulee, brother.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes,
well,
yes.
That says a man from Louisiana. Don't forget your creme brulee.
The
Yes.
creme brulee, and then we have our chocolate brownie cake.
This is ridiculous.
It's
This is
beautiful.
crazy right here. Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm gonna taste that right there. But I'm gonna go back to the tomahawk. What I love about this is so many places I go and have a steak, it's like they're afraid to season it. You seasoned it. Thank you.
No,
Yeah.
big bold flavors in Louisiana, so we like to do that.
Oh wow. Okay. I discovered a problem right here.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you all so very much for coming on today and sharing this. And I just love how it kind of happened by accident. It's a happy accident for all of us. And thank you for having that for us. All right, Mack Allen Steakhouse will be opening up later this summer. Do you have an idea what that open date will be?
We think late August.
Okay, late August. All right. For more information, visit greatdayhouston.com and we will connect you and we'll get you back around the holidays and see what you got cooking up then.